guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I'm going to make a Thai drunken noodle. That is a pad Kee Mao. Last week I told you guys I'd be making this and I called it a pad Sea Mao, and that was just my mistake. It's a pad Kee Mao. Basically it's a wide rice noodle that you saute with some really awesome aromatics and some basil and chicken and bell peppers, and it's really good, so you should try it. So let me give you the rundown real quick. I've got here about 1/4 cup of basil leaves, okay? And you could use a Thai basil or a regular Italian broadleaf. That's what this is. And it tastes great, so just go with whatever you have, or if you have a preference, that's awesome. It's winter here, so I don't have my Thai basil in the garden right now. So this is what I've got. I have right here 1/2 of a red sweet bell pepper. You could use any type of bell pepper you want, orange, yellow, whatever. It doesn't actually matter. I just really like the color of the red. It gives it that pop. So that's what you've got here. You also have approximately 1/4 cup of onion pieces. They're not diced. They're not super long and stringy either. And underneath that, you've got your little green onion pieces here. And I've got about 2 stalks of that I diced up really small. Then you've got right here 1 large chicken breast that is still raw but chopped into small chunks. You don't want them very big or they're not going to cook very fast, and then the outside and the wok, they get too hot and the outside gets burned and the inside's not cooked. So I do them kind of just bite-sized chunks because it's convenient. So right here I have the sauce. Now this is really important to a pad Kee Mao. This is 4 tablespoons. I'm going to let you guys see that there. Okay. This is 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Let's see here. 1 teaspoon of fish sauce. About 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. Now you can grate your own ginger. I like the squeeze tube stuff because guess what? It's a lot easier. But the fresh stuff has this almost citrusy smell and taste to it. So if you want to do that, it's a little bit stronger. So you can maybe substitute a little bit less, but I'd probably still do a tablespoon because I like a lot of flavor. And then I have 1 garlic clove as well that's chopped in here really, really small, diced. So you can see that it's just all incorporated really well. And then you're going to have 1/4 of a container or a bag of wide rice noodles. Sorry, I just keep moving out of the frame here because of where I'm standing apparently. Okay, so this is what I get. This comes from a little local Asian market that I love to go to. You can use any rice noodle, but I love the wide noodle. That's more typical for a pad Kee Mao. If you had like a really thin rice noodle, it'll still taste good, but it's not going to be the same thing. If you're kind of a stickler like me and you like it authentic as much as possible, there are tons of little local Asian markets you can get this at. Maybe you can order it online. I haven't tried, but this stuff's really awesome. It's 28 ounces, so if you're using 1/4 of that, you would have to just kind of figure out based on what noodles you're buying and how much you want to use. I have those noodles on the stove right now, soaking in hot water. You don't want them overcooked when you throw them in the wok with the food because then they'll just be mushy. So I put them in hot boiling water for about 6 or 7 minutes so that they're kind of malleable, but they're still kind of hard at the same time. They're more chewy. Because those are going to go in the wok with everything else, and we don't want to overcook them and make them smushy. So I'm going to move the camera, and I'm going to get my wok really hot, and then I will start stir-frying that for you guys so you can see it. And it's going to be really good, and I wish you could smell it because the aromatics are so amazing. It's my favorite part about ethnic food, all the aromatics. I love it. I love that. And I apologize for my crazy fuzzy halo here tonight. I have 4 children under 7 years old. So at the end of the day, when I get to film these, when the kids are in bed, my hair's just not a priority. When I put them down and they're finally asleep and everyone is still breathing, let's be honest, okay? My hair just didn't win today, but I won because the kids are all still alive, and so am I. And I get to make yummy food after they go to bed and binge eat it by myself. So try it. I recommend it. I'm going to have a little glass of wine with it. I'm going to move the camera and get started so you guys can see that part. Okay, guys, so here we are. We've got my wok. It's good and hot now. I'm going to feel the heat really coming off of it. I'm going to add a splash of olive oil. You could use coconut oil for this too. Oh, it's going to smoke right up, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to also add a splash of sesame oil. I don't have any particular amounts on that. Now I'm going to add my chicken to this really, really hot wok. And turn the heat down just a touch so it's not smoking up my kitchen and setting off the fire alarms. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to saute this up and get these good and browned up before we do the next step, and that might take a second. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this while I get these all browned, and I'll come back and I'll show you what they're supposed to look like before I take the next step. Okay guys, this chicken's been cooking in this really hot wok for about 3 or 4 minutes, and it's getting that nice golden color to it. It's all the way cooked through. So I'm going to go ahead and add my onions and my bell peppers next and just kind of toss them. I'll probably add the onions first for a minute so I can get those kind of caramelized just slightly before I put the bell peppers in, because I want the bell peppers to be mostly kind of crisp still. We don't want them smushy. We want that nice texture to it. So I'm going to just toss these in here and get them cooking up in that wok. And I noticed with the wok, the sides of the wok get really good and hot, so utilize, if you have a wok, utilize the heat on the edge. Kind of push them up the sides there. They can cook up really well that way. Okay, and you're going to want to cook these onions till they're not really slimy, but they're not super crunchy anymore. At least that's how I like it. I don't want to bite into a fresh onion in my stir fry like that, to the point where it's almost like a fresh onion you just put on a sandwich. You want it a little more caramelized because it brings out the sweetness of those onions and the flavor into your food. Okay. Now I'm actually going to add a drizzle of water on the side there. Just so that these can get a little bit of moisture. They're drying out fast, and I don't want it to really burn everything and ruin the flavor, because you're really not going through that at all. Okay. The wok gets so hot, it's easy to burn things. I feel like I definitely need some more practice with this wok. I just bought this a little while ago, and I definitely need more practice, so I need to have the girls over for lunch sometime so that I can practice making more things for them. Okay, so this is doing really well. I'm going to throw in my bell peppers now. And I'm just going to toss those for a minute as well. Get them nice and hot, but not smushy. Again, just utilizing the hot edges of that wok. Now, normally, if you were awesome, you'd kind of toss the stuff in the wok. I don't want to do that because I want you guys to be able to see that with the camera angle. And I don't want to get food all over my kitchen right now. I need more practice with this thing. If I figure that particular move out, I will totally film it for you guys sometime. Okay, so we've got these heating up really, really well. Now, I am going to go ahead and add my basil leaves now that everything's good and hot. I'm going to toss that together. Just kind of wilt the basil leaves a little bit. And it starts to smell really good. That basil has such a wonderful flavor and smell to it. Okay, well, those are starting to wilt. I'm going to add my sauce now. And get heating that up before I put the noodles in. Okay. You guys can probably hear my baby waking up in the background, crying for me. So I may have to pause this for a minute and go take care of him after this is all done. Okay, just readjusting my wok on the heat because the side's getting really hot, in the middle not so much. Alrighty. Okay. You want that really hot because you're going to put these noodles in, and the noodles at this point have not been in the hot water for a few minutes. I pulled them out so they wouldn't get overcooked. And you don't want the noodles to cool down your stir-fry sauce here too much, so you want to get it really hot. You can kind of see the edges are bubbling there of the stir-fry sauce. That's where your brown sugar really caramelizes everything and kind of thickens things up a little bit. Okay, so now I am going to throw in my rice noodles and toss it. Okay, so we're going to just incorporate the sauce with those rice noodles. And if you wanted to add some more basil leaves right now, you could. I really like a lot of basil in mine. I just think it adds such a delicious flavor to it. Okay, we're going to let that heat up a little bit more while I get a few more basil leaves ready. Then we will be just about done here and I can go take care of my crying baby. Okay, and you'll know it's about done when the sauce is really sticking to those noodles good and you don't have a lot of sauce in the bottom of the pan. If you have a lot of watery sauce in the bottom of the pan, that's just too thin. Just cook it a little while longer. But you don't want to overcook the noodles either because they'll start to fall apart. Okay guys, that is our Thai drunken noodle. I'm going to get that all in a beautiful bowl for you guys to see, and I will be right back. Hi guys. Okay, so we're back. The food is done. The baby's back to sleep. Sorry about the screaming in the background. All of my babies have this funny thing they do whenever I'm about to eat. They're like, "Oh mom, I need you right now. Now. Not when you want to come help me, not when you're done eating, right now." But he's back to sleep now. I've got this beautiful bowl of Thai drunken noodles. It's actually a really big bowl of Thai drunken noodles, and I might eat it all by myself because my husband won't eat these. And I'm going to enjoy it with a glass of my own homemade apple and white grape wine. And I'd love to make a tutorial on my homemade wine one of these days. So watch out for that, because I will do that probably in the next few weeks. God bless you guys and good night. Let me know how this goes if you try it. Like and subscribe and come back next week. Thanks, bye.